Hello, traders. FX Speculator here. Today is Friday, so TGIF, especially if you're in Europe or the UK, because your day is getting very close to being over. And it is March 14th, so how is everybody doing today? Hopefully you're feeling good. Definitely a pretty slow week for me because I am a trend trader and the dollar has definitely not been trending in a very long time. Today, this is the daily time frame, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row where I would basically call, this right here may not be a doji candle, but basically every single one of those doji candles is some sort of a doji type candle. The dollar is definitely waiting for something. I don't know if it's waiting for Trump or if it's maybe waiting for next week's news. First thing first, I figured we could, before we're waiting for people to join up, is we could take a look at the news calendar for next week because there is a lot on the news calendar next week, and not even including what Trump might be up to next week. So, anyways, on Monday, we first of all have retail sales for the U.S. We have a little bit of Chinese news also, which could affect the Aussie Kiwi pairs. And then we have the Empire State, so New York State Manufacturing Index. Not really anything too crazy there. German news and not really nothing too much. But then we're starting on Tuesday. We got a lot of news from then on. We got CPI for the Canadian, so we have inflation data coming out for Canada on Tuesday. Definitely a really big news event for sure. And then Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, depending on where you are, I guess we have JPY news coming out. We have interest rate for the yen coming out. So Japan is going to make their interest rate decision, which so far they say no cut in interest. At least so far, that's what they're saying. And then on Wednesday, we also have federal funds rate next week, and it's at 6 p.m. So I will be in a live stream here on YouTube at the time of the interest rate for the US dollar next week. So definitely make sure you stop in for that. We're going to be watching the FOMC. We're going to watch the press conference together. Maybe try to do a little scalping on the euro dollar or something, maybe. Definitely what I'll probably be trying to do on my funded account. So that's a huge day between the Canadian inflation, JPY interest, and US interest. There's a lot going on there. And then we also have Kiwi GDP. We got unemployment change, unemployment rate for the Aussie, some more Chinese news, which could affect the Aussie Kiwi pairs a little bit. We got some pound news, and then we have interest rate for Switzerland, which they do plan on lowering 25 basis points. So man, we got a lot going on. Us. So the Swiss is a big news event on Thursday. We have the pound. The UK is doing their interest rate, which they're not planning on lowering interest rates either, but we'll see. And then what else do we have on Friday? We just have core retail sales and regular retail sales for Canada. So 1, 2, 3, uh, 4 different countries are doing interest rate news next week. So I'm kind of coming to the conclusion that that's probably why the dollar's been so slow this week, and really the JPY is very slow also. We got JPY, we got US dollar, we got Switzerland, and we got the UK all doing interest rate news next week. Plus, on top of that, we got to deal with whatever Trump's talking about. So there's going to be a lot going on for sure. So, hey, how's everybody doing today? Hey, Sense. Hey, Charo. How, Tempolo. How's it? Uh, Dampolos. How's it going tonight? So, if anybody does have any requests, definitely put them in the chats. It's Friday, so I mean, I will literally look at pretty much anything, any day of the week, anyways. But Friday is always a really good day to kind of, go over maybe some things outside the stuff we normally look at. If you have some crypto or anything like that you want me to check out, anything really, stocks, commodities, crypto, whatever. So, anyways, I'll start off looking at the euro dollar. We'll check out gold and maybe a couple other things while I'm waiting for some requests to come in. So, just because of the dollar index, the slowness on the dollar index, the dollar pairs have been a little bit on the slow side. This little blue box right here is the target for my lower degree wave three. So we did hit this lower degree wave three area, which how I came up with the lower degree wave three is I measure the potential wave one, which is right here, from here to here, projected out the bottom of a wave two. So that's your one, that's your two. The wave three extension will give you the lower degree wave three. Now, the reason why it's a lower degree wave three because there's also a bigger wave here. There's a big wave one and there's a big wave two. So we're still likely in a one, two, three of wave three. The higher degree wave three I have projected up into this area, which will most likely take you above the recent highs back here on the higher time frames. So I think we're gonna have to eventually make a 4-5 of three, and then probably a bigger 4-5 for the bigger wave trend that starts right here. And that's still probably just a wave one on the monthly time frame, by the way. This is still just a wave one. It's probably gonna go up here, take out these highs, make a big pullback, and then go up again, and then pull back again, and then go up again. This big giant move we're getting on the euro dollar is likely just a wave one of a big, big, big uptrend. So I personally think that the euro itself is going to become much stronger. I think it's going to take out these highs. I think the euro is going all the way up to and beyond the 1.25 area. So yeah, very, very, very bullish. And the pound too is the same type of thing. It's definitely a different pattern, slightly, but I definitely think it's gonna possibly do one, two, three, four, five waves up on the monthly time frame. I would definitely predict the pound, the minimum. I think it's gonna go probably up to here. So 1.49, maybe 1.44. Very, 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 very bullish probably for the next year or two on the dollar pairs. Very likely. Pound dollar definitely looks to me like a wave one, wave two, and then we have an eternal trend going on here, which is definitely not over. We're definitely in a wave three. Oops. So we're definitely in a wave three, and that internal wave three trend is definitely not over yet. No breaker structure yet. This might just be like a wave four of wave three, and then goes up and makes a wave five of three to the 78%. So overall, definitely, definitely very bullish on all the dollar pairs, really. For me personally, because of what the dollar index has been doing, I mean, this is not tradable. No, there's really not been any real decent trades for me all week on the dollar pairs. But if you look at some of these other pairs that maybe other people are not really trading so much, there's been some really, really, really good opportunities on some other things besides the dollar and besides the yen pairs. But not all the dollar pairs were slow. Gold made a big old whipping move recently. So yeah, gold has definitely made a really nice move up. Yeah, I was talking about this quite a bit today in the meeting. I do think that this is actually part of a wave four. Let's see if I got this on here. Yeah, I do. So this is gold right here. This is a gold chart on the 8 hour time frame with no Elliott wave or nothing. I just have my Fibonacci retracement with positive numbers beyond 100. And the 138.2 and the 123.6 are targets for both an expanding flat and a running flat. So gold made one, two, three waves up to exactly where I would expect a running flat or an expanding flat to go. If that really is a running flat or an expanding flat, a running flat would make five waves down, and then that'd make a higher low, and then turn back up. If it's an expanding flat, then it would likely make five waves down, but the five waves would take out these previous lows for an expanding flat. So we may be at a very, very close area to where this turn is. And another thing I just wanted to point out real quick is that I've literally been saying for probably definitely since last October, maybe even November, that gold was likely to hit $3,000 an ounce. So does anybody remember my videos from months and months ago where I was talking about $3,000 an ounce? If you look over here, it tells you the high. Today's high was $3,005 an ounce. So nailed the targets literally exactly on gold. But anyways, I think there's a good chance that we could start a downtrend. So if you see a significant break, I would definitely switch it up, and I would definitely start looking for sorts in the downtrend, 100%. So definitely looking for sorts in a downtrend. Oh, hold on here, pens. So anyways, yeah, I'll start taking requests. If somebody has stuff they would like me to check out, definitely I'll start at the top and I'll work my way down. Mouse is not working. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'll start off on the DAX. Sorry, mouse is acting weird. There we go. I think it just had some dirt in it or something, maybe. I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, start off on the DAX. The DAX is something we were talking about quite a bit today, also. I think the DAX is getting pretty close to making a push down, most likely, because on the very high time frames, I still think there's a very good likelihood that this right here is going to make a wave four. So, I think there's a very good likelihood that we are going to make a wave four on this. There we go. So, sorry about that. I was just charging my mouse. So, anyways, I think that this right here is definitely a one, two, three, and we're definitely at a very likely target where you'd potentially see an end of a wave three, which is the 178.6 Fibonacci. The 161.8 is the most common, but pretty much anything beyond that is definitely very likely. So, no break of structure to the downside yet. So we obviously need to see a break of structure to really confirm that this wave three is complete. But looking at a lot of the other indices for correlation, I think there's a very good chance that this is actually getting ready to go down because we have what really looks like one, two, three, four, five waves down, and then we have what looks like one, two, three waves up. Now, if this is really either a one and a two or an A and a B, then I have my channel on here. The channel that I have on here is in Elliott wave terms is what they call a base channel. A base channel is supposed to tell you the difference between an a B, and a C correction, or a 1, a 2, and a 3. The whole thing is if it's an ABC, then it should stay within the base channel, probably making three waves up to the top like it has, and then possibly turning back down for a big old wave 3 or a big old wave C. But the base channel is also supposed to confirm to you if it's a wave C, wave three, that is. Because if you get a nice solid break out of the channel with momentum and maybe come back and test the channel, by the time it breaks out and comes back and retests, you can be confident of wave three and you can go long maybe on the retest, taking it back up to the highs, maybe even beyond. But as of right now, it really looks like an ABC, doesn't it? We were, like I said, we were talking about this quite a bit today in Zoom meetings that I do every day, or every weekday except for Monday. Let me do a Fibonacci retracement on here, from here to there. Yeah, I mean, keep an eye on these fib levels. It definitely doesn't look like it's. I mean, if it turns down at within this channel and at a fib level, then I would definitely take it as a short, 100%. It's probably going to turn out to be a pretty good short too if it does that. If it maybe goes up, makes a double top, then comes back down, starts breaking some of these lows, that's probably going to break out and go down for likely a wave three or possibly a wave C. Either way, would be a pretty good trade. If it's a wave C, it would just go down, probably take out these lows and then turn back up. If it's a wave three, you're gonna know it's a wave three because it's gonna be super, super strong. It's gonna like look like this and then turn into something like that for one, two, three, four, five. So as long as you pay attention, you should be able to tell the difference between a ABC and a one, two, three. So yeah, I'll take a look at the Gill Pound for you in a minute. Let me work my way down the list. If anybody has anything to request, definitely put it in there. I'll just work my way, first come, first serve, work my way down the list. What do we got now? We got Bitcoin. Has Bitcoin turned up for its way B yet? I think we got a way B coming on Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin is extremely, extremely making very, very, very clear patterns right now. Bitcoin is actually really, really, really following Elliott wave patterns very, very well, in my opinion. Actually, all cryptos seem like they follow Elliott wave patterns really well. So I guess, if the governments switch over to digital currency, I guess we don't really have to worry about our strategy not working on crypto because it definitely works. Beautiful five waves up. And then on this time frame, amazingly beautiful five waves down. A little bit overlapping, but within a trend within a crescent, you can definitely have overlapping waves. That's actually very common. One, two, three, four. I bet the wave five is supposed to be right there, and that's just a spike down because of news or whatever. Because look at that, one, two, three, four, five, and then A, B, C takes out the high, and then three, spike up is A, B, C, lower high wave C. Now this is a wave five, very likely wave five. So if it really is ending, which unfortunately we don't really have a break of structure yet. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, it might already be over because I definitely see five waves right here. It definitely could already be over. One, two, three, four, five. There's definitely five waves there. So we definitely got five waves of five, and we definitely got to break a structure. So I would say the minimum this thing is going to do is at least go up to take out the highs of wave four. So I think the most likely place for us to go is the 61%, or maybe even spike up to like the 100%. Not the 100%, but the $100,000 a coin. So the 61%, maybe $100,000 a coin, I think is a very likely target on Bitcoin. I bet this is going to keep going up. I bet it's going to do something like that, probably something like that, and then probably something like this for some sort of an ABC of B. Very, very, very clear patterns. Makes me want to trade Bitcoin a little bit more, honestly, when I see these type of patterns, because they're very clear. I definitely think we're in a wave B. There's a good chance we're in a wave A of wave B right now. So a wave A of wave B probably will go up into this area. So that kind of gives you a good area to trade to. Yeah, I'll take a look at coca. We were just talking about some of these things today. It's funny. In the Zoom meeting, we were just looking at wheat and sugar because there could be some big turns coming on some of these. I didn't look at cocoa today though. I gotta get some of these charts I have don't go back very far. I had to change some of the charts over today because my other soybean chart didn't go back very far. Some of these other like wheat. Be nice to have a little more data on some of these so you could get higher time frame counts. So coca. Yeah, that seems pretty clear too, honestly. That's definitely a 345, I bet. Coca's going down hard. I think it's gonna go down, grab these lows. Definitely gonna go down, grab those lows, I bet. So this is definitely a wave one. This is definitely a wave two. And this is definitely a wave one, two, three, four, five of three. At some point, probably in this area, because of all the support right there, we're probably gonna end the wave three. Probably make like a bigger pullback for wave four, then down for wave five. And then that will probably bring you down into this area for wave A likely. Now, actually, it could just be an expanding flat too, so it could just end up doing something like that and going back up too. But if for whatever reason that's an A and this is supposed to be a B, then we could potentially already be in a wave C too. So if you do think it's a wave A and it starts to turn back up, you might want to get long just in case it turns into a big old giant trend. Otherwise, I would definitely expect the next move up to be something like this, and then something like that, and then something like that. But I do see the possibility of this being like an expanding ABC right here because that could be one, two, three waves up right there. This thing could go down like this and then turn back up and continue the uptrend. But right now, the most important thing is it's definitely in a downtrend, and I definitely would recommend shorts. Oh man, that makes some of these commodities make some really nice ABC crescents. Look at that. Impulsive up, one, two, three down, impulsive up, grab liquidity, and then down it goes. Impulsive up, one, two, three down, impulsive up, grab some liquidity, order block zone, down it goes. One, two, three waves up, liquidity on the third one, and then down she goes. That's one thing I've noticed about commodities is they really make very nice looking ABC crescents a lot of the time. That's not a very good one, but most of them are definitely three waves. That's definitely three waves. One, two, three. That's definitely like one, two, three. That's definitely one, two, three, as I showed you. Beautiful pullbacks. Makes me want to trade some of these things. Soybean doesn't make pullbacks that nice. Sugar kind of does, though. Wheat's really not that bad either. Look at all those three-way pullbacks on the way down. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. Hmm. A, B, C. Anyways, yeah, let's keep going. JPY basket, and I always like to kind of stop and look at it. That's why I was so into checking those out. Whenever I see like a pair that just makes beautiful ABC crescents, I always like to stop and appreciate it because man, that's nice. That's very nice. Man, this JPY and the dollar have both been pretty terrible in the last week and a half. I would actually say that the JPY has been in a range since around February 25th. It really hasn't done anything since February 25th. I still am definitely looking at this as a possible wave C and possibly breaking structure and go down for it like that. But I also am still looking at it as possibly just being a B, C correction, rejecting structure and continuing the higher time frame uptrend, which I still think is an ABC. I still think there's a chance this thing just turns up and does this. But there's also a chance this turns into a double three. Three waves down, three waves up, five waves down, and then goes up and makes a C. 333 or 335. A 335 is a flat, a 333 is a WXY. So unfortunately, still no break of structure. Look how many times this thing is trying to break structure. Bam, rejection, rejection, rejection. I mean, geez. I would definitely still recommend longs for sure. So if anybody hasn't done so, definitely do check out my free Discord channel. It is 100% free to join. I gotta plug that at least a couple times during the Zoom meeting, during the live stream, that is. So the link for that is in the chats. It is 100% free to join. So, anyways, yeah, still bullish. This was something that somebody in my group was just asking me about literally right before we get on because we were watching this for an ABC setup. We were watching this for a short, but I don't know. We might have missed it because of the lower high that it made. I don't know. It might keep going up actually. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, there probably is a good chance it will go up. That's kind of three ways up right there, isn't it? That could be a WXY right there actually. One, two, three waves up, and then it would go up and grab these highs that I was waiting for it to do. I was waiting for it to go up to like the 61, or at least go up and grab these highs. It made a lower high today and turned down really hard. It kind of looked like the correction is over, which I guess there definitely is a chance the correction is over, especially if the JPY basket turns up, especially if the dollar turns up, down that is. But there's really no proof of it yet, is there? No break of structure, so that's probably a good chance because this first one's three waves, and this last one's three waves, that this will be three waves. Probably is a pretty good chance of it. So keep an eye on your fib levels, that's for sure. Let's see. Yo, pound. Sorry, buddy. It took me a while to get there. I got distracted by the beautiful ABC pullbacks on some of those commodities. Phew. I have, and I don't know. We'll see. We're at a pretty heavy resistance area right now at the pound dollar. I think this is a big WXYXZ pattern because it's three waves all the way through. So if it's a WXYXZ pattern, then the wave Z should maybe be three waves also. I would consider this all one trend. So if that's true, then I would expect this to go up probably pretty significantly. and then I would expect it to turn down to probably the 61% for a three waves of Z, kind of like the three waves of W and the three waves of X and the three waves of Y and the three waves of the other X. It doesn't have to be a big giant pullback like that. I mean, it could be just a little pullback and still be a WXY. Maybe something like that is actually more likely. This is the monthly time frame, and I know that's too high of a time frame for most people, but the first thing I do when I look at anything is go to the monthly time frame. I saw you notice when I looked at those commodities. First thing I always do is look at the monthly time frame. I did miss this trade today. I was looking for this too. Yeah, I was working on the members forecast and I didn't end up getting this one, but boy, that was nice. I don't really know if it's gonna continue the uptrend though. Kind of looks like it wants to make a pullback, but I would definitely still be recommending longs. I definitely would have been looking for longs today, and that was an awesome long today. Nice engulfing move to the upside. Rejected structure after rejecting structure like four times already, and then bam, nice engulfing up. I potentially might have got in right here too, but once I had some decent profit, I probably would have moved my stop loss to break even and just got out break even, and then got back in here, and then bam, ride that thing up. I would be looking at this move down right here as possibly a crutch into this. It could even turn into like a 1-2 or something. Take off for wave three. So what I would be doing is put my Fibonacci retracer from here to here, and I'd be looking for a three-way pullback to go long. Definitely. Something like this. 1, 2, 3. The euro pound is not always the greatest because the euro and the pound are so correlated. They often move very similar to each other. But the euro pound definitely does make some really nice three-way pullbacks also, which I've mentioned many times. Almost all the pullbacks on the euro pound are three waves, which for me is great because that's pretty much all I'm looking for all day, every day. So that's what I'm up to there. Let's see here. What are we at? It looks like we're at the pound dollar. Hey, Andrew. If anybody else has any requests, definitely put them in the chats. Be happy to look at anything. Also, don't forget to check out my free Discord channel. Unfortunately, until I see something happen on this US dollar index, which nothing has happened in 7 days, I probably won't even be trading the dollar pairs. I'll be trading these pairs, making a ton of money, while the dollar's doing basically nothing. But I would definitely still be looking for longs. I don't know. We'll see how this weekly candle closes. I mean, if it closes below the Fibonacci level, then maybe we really are going to make a decent pullback. Definitely seems like the dollar should make a pullback. Definitely seems like this should potentially go up and then make a wave two and then go down for a wave three. So it really seems like a pullback is coming. Maybe early next week we'll start a pullback on this. Terrible price action over the last few days though. Pretty much ever since beginning of March, basically. The euro dollar, pound dollar has done almost nothing. US dollar index has done basically nothing. Terrible. I would definitely still be looking for longs, but man, look at this thing on the 4 hour time frame. You couldn't pay me to trade this thing. Look at that. That's terrible. Terrible. If it goes down and breaks structure, then I would start looking for shorts. If it makes a nice engulfing move up, I would continue to go long. But I'm not trading the really short time frames, really. So for me, I'm not really interested in those super short time frames. So I'm not really interested in something that's ranging like this. I'd rather go to find something like that is actually moving like this, or some of these other pairs. Look at some of these nice moves while the pound dollar and the euro dollar have done nothing all week long. Terrible price action on those things. The yen ain't really a whole lot better right now. The yen hasn't really done much either. Definitely rangy, but at least the yen has a high daily average range, so it moves a lot of pips. Hey, Captain. Yeah, not too bad of a week at all. Every week's a good week for me. Like one of the guys in my group said this. He's like, I don't care if I make money or not. Friday night, I'm going out for a nice steak dinner or something. I'm gonna treat myself. It's kind of a good way to look at it, actually. Uh, so yeah, I don't know if Eve is in the Zoom meeting, but I've been looking at the U.S. dollar index. Let's see. So if anybody else has anything to look at, definitely let me know. I'll stay on for a little longer. It's Friday. It's 6:30. But if you guys want me to look at stuff, I'll definitely check it out. No problem at all. And the stock market, is it turning up yet? S&P 500? I definitely think this move down is like almost definitely a wave A in my opinion. I think the next move up will be a crescent to this whole move down. Whether or not it's actually starting or not, I think we'd have to see that before we could confirm. But I think the next move up will be a wave B, and I think it will go down again on the higher time frames. CAD Yen, hey Captain. Dogecoin or whatever it is. Yeah, I'll check it out. I have two analysis. Wow, that thing made a big old gap, huh? I have two different analysis on this, and it all depends on the U.S. dollar on the JPY basket. My original analysis that I'm definitely still sticking with is that this is going to keep going down. That this is a wave one, this is a wave two, we're in the middle of a wave three, and then it's going to make a four and a five. I still think there's a really good chance we're going down to $94, and we're at 103 right now. So I'm still very, very bearish. But depending on what the JPY basket does, I guess there's definitely a chance this is one, two, three waves up, one, two, three waves down, and then it makes either five waves up like that, or it makes one, two, three waves up like that. So either way, I think there's a good chance. I personally think it's going to keep going down. We definitely don't have a break of structure. It really looks very, very corrective. I mean, I definitely would still be very bearish. But if you are trading like the 1 hour time frame or below, ever since we broke structure to the upside, I would be looking for logs if I was trading 1 hour and below. If I was trading 1 hour and above, which I do most of the time, especially on everything except for like the euro dollar, basically. Euro dollar is about the only pair that I do trade on like the 5 minute time frame sometimes. But if I was trading the little bit of a higher time frame, then I personally would still be looking for Fibonacci bounces to go short in a big way, 100%. Whether it's going to happen here or whether it's going to go up to there, I have no idea. I just know that when it reacts to one of them, I definitely would. Yeah, I would definitely be looking for shorts at Fibonacci levels. I mean, really, even if you had gone short last time they hit the fib level, I mean, it's still a pretty good trade. And if it goes up and bounces again and you go short and then it just takes off, sweet. If you go short and it does something like that and then turns back up, you get out with a decent trade. And then if it goes up, bounces again, and it takes off, sweet, you know? So I would definitely recommend shorts. I personally wouldn't really be looking for longs. I mean, yeah, obviously, if you're trading a sort of time phase, going long here would have been good, and maybe long there, but today's long would have been pretty decent, no doubt about it, for an ABC correction. But I prefer to trade with the trend until the trend proves me otherwise at all times. Let's see here. Hey, Luca, doing pretty good. Take a look at the footsie. Holy crap, wow, footsie's going back up hard. Jeez. Is that just wow, yeah, I didn't know that was happening. I don't actually really trade any of these indices. I would actually I would like to start trading them because man, they make some really nice moves. So I probably am eventually going to start trading them, but I would actually prefer to trade some of these indices than something like gold. The indices move pretty nicely, don't they? Man, what is that? Is that the continuation of the uptrend? I honestly don't think it is, but wow, it's pretty strong. I mean, I guess there's a chance that this isn't expanding, but I don't think it is because this is three waves down, and that's definitely five waves up. So to me, that's definitely a wave five. This is definitely a wave three, wave four, which means that this should be a wave A, which means this big move up should be a crescent to the move down, which means you should get rid of this Fibonacci level, and you should put your Fibonacci on the move down. And yeah, I would be looking for. Oh wow, I wouldn't be going short now. That's for sure. I would actually, depending on what time frame. If you're trading a very short time phase, I would actually recommend longs until you see a clear three waves up or something like this, up to a Fibonacci retracement level, and then potentially a nice push to the downside. So depending on what time frame, I mean, we got a break of structure, we got higher lows. If you're trading like the 1 hour time frame and below, I would recommend longs. If you're trading like above the 1 hour time frame, I would recommend shorts at the end of three waves. So it kind of depends on what you're up to. What's the other one? Crypto, right? XRP, yeah, crypto. For some reason, when people ask for that, I sometimes think you're talking about platinum or palladium, one of the two. Hmm. I think it's gonna go down again, personally. What Fibonacci level did it retrace to? It made it to the 50%, but the third wave down didn't grab any liquidity from the first wave, which I don't like. I don't like that for saying that we're going up in a big way. I definitely think that's a wave A. I definitely think this is a wave three, a wave four, a wave five. That would make this move up right here, one, two, three waves up for a wave B. That potentially is a one, two, three, four, five going down. I would expect it to keep going down. And then maybe in a few weeks from now, I would expect a big long. Probably not going to happen for a few weeks, though. I would be more worried about the short that is potentially coming. But this is kind of the same recommendation I had about the other one. Ever since we had a break of structure and lower highs on like the 4 to 1 hour time frame, if you're trading below the 1 hour time frame, I'd recommend longs unless we get a big engulfing move at a Fibonacci level, which could happen here since we're sitting there. If you're trading like above the 1 hour time frame, then I would be looking for a big engulfing move at a Fibonacci level to go short. Whether it's a 61 or the 78%, I have no idea. I just know that if it happens, I would make for a good short. Definitely some support. Definitely like a little drop based drop zone right here too. So definitely seems like a place where the market could turn back down. So keep an eye out for some more shorts. Definitely 100%. Watch those fib levels. I love my Fibonacci levels more than I do my Elliott wave because they're way more trustworthy. Oh, I forgot Dodes. Sorry about that. I'll look at that right now. Hopefully you're still here. I haven't looked at this one in a very long time, but I was already thinking that it was going to be down a lot. Wow, that is down a hard, huh? Oops, wrong thing. Hold on. Wrong thing. 78% fib. That's a very strong move down, huh? So because everybody hates Elon Musk now that he's working with the White House, is that why it's so strong down? Boy, Tesla's definitely taking a dump over it, huh? Wow. That could be an ABC. Let's throw a Fibonacci extension on there and see if that helps. Get rid of some of these levels because then it gets too clouded and you can't really see anything. And we bounced there. Yeah, it definitely could be an ABC, I guess. We bounced from the 78% Fibonacci retracement and the 123 Fibonacci extension of wave A or 1, projected off the top of B or 2. So we would be looking at this whole move down as either a 3 or a C, not knowing for sure which it is, watching our Fibonacci levels for a break of structure at a key level that would prove either a wave 3 or a wave C. There's really no proof that it's really going up yet. I would have to see either it go all the way up and take out that high right here to say that we're definitely going up in a big uptrend, or I would have to see, which I think is probably more likely, probably a correction to this last wave down like this, and then probably one more down and then up with a new breaker structure at a lower level. So I think something like that is probably more likely. I think we're probably missing the 345. So keep an eye on it though. It may be getting very, very close to a really nice sorting opportunity. Shorter time frames, I would definitely be watching this level though. I'd be watching these Fibonacci levels for reversals back to the downside. So potentially I would still be looking for shorts, definitely. So let's see here. So anyways, yeah, I mean, if anybody hasn't done so already, definitely do check out my Discord channel. It is 100% free to join. If anybody is interested in my website, joining my membership, then it is only $30 a month. It comes with a ton and tons and tons of benefits. So if anybody's interested in that, definitely check it out. It's only $30 a month. It's extremely cheap, and it comes with a lot. There's a little video right here you can watch on the home page that shows you everything that it comes with. Just click the play button, and you hopefully will learn and earn at the same time how to make some pretty consistent profits. So the website is fxpipcollector.com if anybody is interested in that. Like I said, you can cancel at any time and you get a ton of benefits and a ton of educational information. And I do save every single trade I take with the group, every single swing trade that I take with the group at the time of entry. So definitely check that out if you're interested. If not, definitely at least check out my free Discord channel. The Discord channel itself is 100% free to join. You do not have to pay a dime if you do not want to. And I would like to build a free community of like-minded traders that are willing to help each other out. And yeah, definitely check it out. 100% free to join. So, anyways, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend. And as always, I'll see you guys on Monday. And as always, thank you and happy trading. Enjoy your weekend.